Long shot, but I got the reach. Pop, lock, now I'm off the leash. Mic drop, I ain't gotta preach. I just do what comes natural. 5-star, everything I see. Live lost, no apology. Take charge, no one can compete. I just do what comes natural.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is your girl, Shannon at Can We Talk Sports. Welcome to another episode. I am super excited. Oh, I got my girl. Go ahead and introduce yourself, honey.
Hey, Shannon. This is Karen. You know, I've been working on this intro. I'm Karen. I am a supporter of my community. I love my community, and I shout out my community. And I am the official sports mom of my community here in DeSoto, Texas. I'm just excited to be on the show with you tonight, girl.
DeSoto, you.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm listening. I'm watching you over there with your hot flashes.
Girl.
They don't understand.
They ain't even knowing.
And then this Texas heat is disrespectful on top of the hot flashes.
Oh,
it's brutal.
I wake up in the middle of the night. It just be sweating. I'll be like, where did it come from? Am I sweating out pounds? It would be lovely. I would have no problem if all that sweat was about a pound a night. Boy, I'll be thin and cute.
Okay, I'm thinking the same thing. I'm like, I can't take this no more. Look, I had a fan on me. So my husband be talking about, I'm cold, baby. I'm cold, baby. I'm like, listen, I'm over here having hot flashes, honey. I don't know what to tell you. It is hot. It is. And then you go outside and it's hot. It's brutal. It's brutal.
Yes. So we have a great show tonight. I just can't wait to bring on this guest. Oh, hey, Carmen, girl.
Hey, Carmen.
Am I back? Oh, Lord. The computer's got out.
No, she's not back.
Be right back, I guess. You know how she'll be right back. I guess that's what she's
right. So
okay.
I'll go ahead and do her part. Well, I want everybody out there, if you're on Facebook, you're on YouTube, if you're on LinkedIn, I would like for you to go and subscribe, like, comment on this video, share with your auntie, your sports uncle, your sports auntie out there, your sports grandma. Share this link because we can only continue to bring this great information and comedy to you guys if you like and share this video. So do that for me, please.
What she said. That's all I'm gonna say is what she said. So listen. So I was reading over this, our what we get on the email of our guest. Boxing? Wait, what? Wait. Oh.
I can't wait. I can't wait because I'm gonna ask her. Do your boyfriends kind of get scared that you're gonna knock them out anytime they act up?
Girl, right. I'm like, boxing? Man, this is gonna be a good show. I'm pretty excited about it to understand and know. Because it's hard. Sometimes you watch boxing and you just start thinking, the hits and the headaches, and you're like, man, I mean, it's brutal. Isn't it more brutal than football?
I don't know. We're gonna be able to ask firsthand.
Yeah, I want to know.
So I can't wait to bring Miss Franchon Crews. Say the last name, Carmen. I mean, Shannon.
What'd you say?
You're
not gonna get me. Huh? What'd you say? When you listen, when your kids say something, say, huh? No, I'm just gonna say Miss Crews.
Okay, I like welcome to the show, Miss Franchon, Miss Crews. I'm gonna let her say her last name.
Oh my gosh. Welcome. We're waiting for her to come to the show.
Wait
Well, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, congratulations. You are the new undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. You told me this week that you'd manifested this in your mind. How does the reality compare right now?
I just feel present. I have to keep repeating it because it was a little scary. I didn't have a lot of nerves walking to the ring because I felt like I've been here before and I was supposed to be here. But now I feel very complete as a fighter because I made history. I'm in the 1% club. Did amazing things with my team, and I'm just very happy.
That lack of nerves, do you think that also stemmed from trusting in your preparation? Because you threw everything into your attacks tonight and you're still throwing big shots in the 10th round.
Yeah, I haven't fought in over a year. So I don't want to say a lot of ring rust. It was more excitement. And I just know I did everything. I work with perfecting athletes. I have the best coaching staff in the world. And I just knew I was ready. If I wasn't ready now, I didn't have a chance later.
And it was a really fun fight. You and Elin both laid it all on the line. Agree with Clarissa as well that was your career best performance?
You know, a lot of people said I look great body-wise. People can tell I actually had an opportunity to train properly. I can't tell you until I watched the fight, but I felt good. I could have pushed more, but I felt good.
You and Elin both took big shots in there. You both had success. Her face was a mess. I just wonder what impact that had on your mindset when you did see the blood pouring from her like that.
Well, I knew she was confident in her power because of her previous fight where she knocked her opponent down. Once I took her punches, I knew that she didn't hit harder than me. And I knew if she hit me and I hit her harder, she would break first. So, hey, I'm in the fight business.
Cedar Roos was a unified world champion. She was someone who also used to play professional soccer and took up the sport at 28. She gave a great, valiant effort tonight. How much respect do you have for your dance partner?
Oh, yeah. I always had respect for her, one being a champion and an athlete and a woman in sports. And she put on a great effort tonight. And I would great dancing partner for me. Much respect to her.
To become undisputed is one thing, Franchon, but to do it on a night that is so powerful for women all around the world, does that make it even more special for you?
Hell yeah, it makes it more special. I've grown up watching Katie. We've competed in world tournaments and as amateurs. Amanda Serrano is a legend in New York and just women's boxing, period. So just to have my name stamped with these women in Madison Square Garden is like amazing.
You've got so many great stars back in your corner, the likes of Bernard Hopkins, of course, all your team, Clarissa Shields. In terms of your self-belief, what do these guys believing in you, what does that do for your own mindset?
Well, I've always believed in myself, and I think tonight the world is actually seeing me the way I see myself because I put in a lot of work and I felt like I wasn't seen, but now tonight people, they have no choice but to see me.
Boxing wasn't the first dream. The first dream was to be a singer. You've been on American Idol. Now you're the undisputed champion of the world. How proud are you of the journey that you've been in life?
Everything happens for a reason, and I declared that if I wasn't an American Idol, I would be the super middleweight, well, the middleweight champion of the world. Not only am I American Idol, I'm a world champion, and I'm the super middleweight undisputed champion of the world.
You said in the ring to Chris Mannix that before you could talk about what you wanted to do next with all 4 belts, you wanted to go home and go back to the change room and clean yourself up. You've done that. You look great. I just wonder now you've had a bit of time to process it. What do you see as being the next option?
Maybe generic, but I'm going to bask in this glory right now because I deserve this moment. I've earned this moment, and I'm going to sit with my team, my manager, Peter Kahn, my coaches, headbangers, and we'll decide what's next.
Wow.
Oh, here comes Carmen. And here comes...
I'm back, ladies.
The champ.
I'm back.
The champ is in the house.
Hi. Yes. Miss Franchon.
Welcome to the show, Miss Crews. I'm just gonna say your middle name.
We're so excited to have you.
That's actually my last name is Crews-Dezurn. So you
Oh, she said it for us. Yeah, Dezurn. Let's say it all together. Dezurn. Dezurn.
Crews-Dezurn.
Wow.
Thank
And
you so
my hat
much.
is off to you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
For
I
making
just want to say how beautiful you are. I went and looked at the pictures and I was like, go on, girl, but she's so pretty. How what did your mama say? Did your mama say my little baby, my little girl's out there getting hit?
Yeah, that was the first thing she said when I told her I wanted to box. She said, "What about your face?" And I told her I'm a champ. So
Oh, wow. Okay, so I want to go back a little, just real quick. American Idol, so you was singing. What season was that?
it was one of the first seasons. So probably like within the first 5 shows. I forgot what season actually, but this was when it first came out and it was really new. Like you really had to have talent.
Oh, wow.
You want to sing for us?
Unfortunately, not right now, but thank you.
I knew she was going to ask you that. I just knew Karen was going to ask her, you want to sing?
Hey, I like the fact that she was like, I'm going to be somebody's champ, whether I'm American Idol champ or a boxing champ. I just love that determination. I like that she had some different irons in the fire and she accomplished.
Thank you. Thank you. You got to have some type of list for yourself while other people will create one for you.
Yes. So I want to know how did you get into boxing? I mean, was you a kid that, that fought a lot when you was young? You're like, okay, I need to make some money since I'm going to be fighting.
Well, I never thought about being a professional boxer. I was a tomboy growing up, being as though I have all brothers. But I just started boxing to lose weight, to be a singer, and I end up becoming a world champion.
Wow. You said to lose weight. So is that the key for me? Because I'm struggling with losing weight. So do you think I need to get into boxing?
I can't.
It's a body workout, and it's actually have a lot of benefits. It's not a barbaric sport. It's not just we hit each other. It's a lot that goes into boxing. It's actually a martial art. So what you would consider like karate, jiu-jitsu, boxing is a martial art as well on the elite level.
Wow. Because I know they have started to come out with classes where you can go and do that type of, hitting and boxing. And I haven't got into it. I might. If my body can look like yours, baby, I'll try anything. Because I'm just like, your body's too pretty to be. You're just so beautiful.
Thank you. It's a great workout.
So beautiful.
It's not just a sport. It's a lifestyle, and boxing is one of the sports. I know that you guys are sports moms, but you could play sports, but you can't play boxing. And boxing is also one of that only sports that I know is very gratifying because you only get out of it what you put in. So if you don't train properly or do the work, it's going to show when you compete.
Now, see, for me, boxing, because, I would take it like, listen, I'd have been through a lot, so I'm going to take it out on somebody. So my mindset would go in the ring like, somebody going on the gurney and it ain't going to be me today. And let me not have had a bad day. I'm really coming for you. So my mindset of boxing would have been totally different. Okay, so let me ask you this question. So you said you went for training for the American Idol and you just would start boxing. Did someone notice you or was it like, I think I really like this? How did it originally start?
Yeah, well, I was already boxing when I just really started my boxing journey when I was on American Idol. And I actually went and competed for my first national tournament the same year it premiered on American Idol. And I won that tournament with only 5 fights. So I became the number 1 fighter in my weight class in the whole United States and made Team USA, which is basically the pathway to the Olympics and just, a prestigious position to be in. So once I became number 1 in the country, my boxing career started to flourish.
Wow.
So is boxing for men, it's very respected, right? It's kind of like we talk with football. You have football for men and football for women. Is boxing the same way? I mean, is it really accepted because by men for women?
Well, it's inequalities in all sports with their male and female counterparts. So yes, we do experience some things, but what myself and the other 3 females did on April 30th by headlining at Madison Square Garden is a statement to show that we are being respected. We're headlining in venues that Jay-Z and Beyonce have played in, Bernard Hopkins has fought in. So we're getting our respect, and it's a process just like for any other sport. And you're gonna always have men and women who don't respect our sport and think women shouldn't box or we shouldn't fight, but that's on them. Yeah, I try to do what makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I have purpose in life.
That's amazing. Can you kind of tell us about, what do you make enough money in that industry to live? Because we've talked to other sports like hockey and flag football or something like that, where the women or they're not making they love it, but they're not making enough money. They still have to have a job in order to play and live. In boxing, is it enough money to live off of?
It's inequalities in all sports. Like the WNBA does not make anywhere near the men in the NBA. Everybody's situation is different. I'm a prize fighter now, being an undisputed super middleweight champion of the world. I'm not rich. I also have other sources of income because I'm a designer and I get paid to be myself. Is there room for improvement? Yes. But everybody's situation is different. Even for guys, when they first start out, they're not making money like that. So it's all in what you make out of the lemons you're given. But it's a constant fight. Women are fighting to be paid close or equal to the men. And it's all in how you play the hand that you're dealt.
Now, you say you're a designer. So is there a particular type of clothes you design, like wedding dresses, or is it more like casual or sportswear?
Well, I'm a fashionista at heart, and I design all my boxing apparel. So when you see me fighting in the ring, it's something that I made. I also make boxing apparel for other fighters. I actually had a client who headlined ESPN last weekend. And I also venture into traditional clothing. I customize a lot of the things I wear. One being an athletic body type, and I don't like what they have in the store, so I tend to make a lot of my stuff or reconstruct it. But I mean, later on this year, I look to have my own fashion showcase.
Wow. Now, do you with this win, did you get a lot of endorsement opportunities?
It's a process. I've been grinding for a very long time. I haven't gotten a lot of endorsements, but it's giving me the fuel I need to light the fire for other things to come. If I sat around waiting for people to do things for me, I would be an unhappy individual. But whether I was undisputed or whether I was working at a restaurant, I'm going to grind regardless. So
I think that's
Franchon. So, Franchon,
yes, ma'am.
The outfit that you had on during the interview and the glasses, did you design the outfit you had on during the interview we saw earlier? And
well, that's actually, I have a fairy glam mother. That's from Catwalk Boutique, who's celebrating their 25th year anniversary. And they have all types of fashion from around the world. And she said, "You're a Cinderella for tonight." Mm-hmm. That was kind of the backstory for that.
Oh, I loved it.
I did too. You looked amazing. Now, I went and saw a video, and it was a video where you had to choose between your hair and being a champion. So, because us women, we'll fight for our hair. So did you consider that as being maybe your most embarrassing moment, or did you just like, hey, I got to do what I got to do?
Well, at first, but it was one of my most empowering moments. One, because I was actually in a life and death situation. My opponent was a steroid cheat. So I was fighting someone who was enhanced, and it was not fair at all. And I didn't have any inhibitions. I have a husband I've been with for over a decade. I have a team that loves me unconditionally. And it really just showed how strong I am. And yeah, it was embarrassing at first, but nobody would have got their ass out the crowd and got in the ring and did what I did. So people can say what they want. Even Snoop Dogg tried to joke me, but nobody could walk a mile in my shoes or my boxing boots or my pumps. So I just took it. I actually have merchandise. I've sold it. I have support. And my hashtag is fuck that hair. I want the belt. Excuse me.
All right, I'm not mad.
I love you. I love you, girl. You are awesome.
Let me ask you a question. You said you was in a life and death situation. What do you mean? Because your opponent was on steroid? Is that what you're?
Yes, that was. I've been boxing for a very long time, and that was the first fight I've ever been hurt in a fight. And boxing, you can't play it. It's not a game. And it could have been a situation. I could have been concussed to a point where I couldn't recover and be the same. I could have had a bone broken. I was not myself for at least 3 rounds during the fight. So imagine yourself being disorientated and somebody's coming at you full force trying to hurt you. Because when the bell rings, we're trying to hurt each other. It's not love taps. It's not for play. We're really trying to hurt each other. So just to get through that situation mentally and physically, I'm just blessed.
Yeah. I saw how I be seeing, when you get ready to fight, where you come together and you wait and then you stare at each other in the eyes. I would probably just pee on myself. you just be like, I'm finna come and get you. And I'm just like, oh, that's
Karen, did you just say you would pee on yourself?
I mean, if you just saw how she stares, it's like who's gonna intimidate?
That's
who?
what she said.
And
Well,
it's just amazing.
For me, it's not just the act for boxing. Like, that's how I stare at life, being a woman of color, being a minority, being a person who has to battle many different fights outside of the ring just to live. So I have to be that person in and out the ring. And if anybody think they're going to take anything from me or think they're going to just push me around, we're just going to have a long night. And I'm going to fight for what I believe in and fight for myself and my family.
That's
so. How has your husband been with all of this?
Right by my side. he's a professional. Well,
now has he ever said, now listen, has he ever said, now baby, I know out in that ring you whoop them women, but in this house I wish you would? Have you guys ever played around? Has he ever been like?
I think it's unfortunate or an unfortunate conclusion to think just because I'm a combat athlete, I'm a woman first, and I'm very feminine. I don't know if you've seen me outside the ring, like the interview. I'm very girly, and that's my job, my passion. That's my job. But to have a strong woman beside you, not just to support you emotionally, physically, and mentally, but to have a strong woman to be there. If you get in a fight, I got your back. That's more empowering for him. I mean, I'm pretty sure you guys saw Black Panther, right?
Yeah.
That's how I roll. He's the king, but I'm going to fight for mine.
Come on now, you better say
Yes.
I love it. I mean,
but you're protecting him, right? You're protecting the king.
Protects me, but it's simply nature. If you look at how lions and lioness move in the pride, the lion is going to fight to protect the pride, but the women work together, the lioness work together to hunt, to gather food, to raise the children, and work together to keep the house together. You know, without a lion cannot survive without a lioness, and that's how my household is.
Ooh.
All right.
Girl, I say after boxing, motivation speaking is your next talent, because you dropped some nuggets here.
Well, I was looking at that, when they were interviewing you, and I was like, wow, she's really still girly. You'll see girls, they all tough, got cornrows, they tatted all up everywhere and looking all hard. But I was like, so when he was interviewing you and they start talking about boxing, I had to look again. I was like, wait, what? She's a boxer, huh? Right? Because you don't see that. You see the girls all hard still with they, like I said, with the cornrows and even on the interviews. But yes, I was like, wow, I took my hat off to you for that.
That's the allure of being a woman. Who said it? Whitney or Shaka Khan? We're every woman. You do the same thing, being a mom, going to work, being a wife. We do that all the time, Yeah.
That's amazing that you're able to just, keep that balance, not being all on one. You're balancing everything.
You mentioned it. Mm-hmm. So you mentioned a teenager. You have a son or a daughter, and you just have, how many kids do you have?
I have 2 cats.
Oh.
She said 2 cats.
Okay. So what did you see as your future? I mean, do you how long do you think you're going to continue to box? And is that something that will of course, if you decide to have children, you would have to stop for that particular time. But what do you see your future as?
Well, I mean, as long as I'm healthy, I'll continue. I'm actually embarking on my prime. I'm making history. I'm doing things that have never been done in history. I have a time frame, even if it's disrupted. Like if I was to be pregnant in between my time frame, that's what's meant for me. That's what I'm going to do. I have inspiration from the likes of a Beyonce and a Serena and track runners. A lot of them, this is supposed to be noted that once they have a child, they become faster and stronger. So I'm not concerned. If I was to retire now, I've done so much in my career that I'll be Hall of Fame worthy anyway. But I'm just going with the flow right now. I'm just creating as I go.
Okay. I love it. I love it. So I see, okay, the heavy hidden diva. I agree with that. That title right there. Heavy hidden diva. So tell me, if a young lady would like to aspire to be a fighter, what is it they would need to do to start out something like that?
They would have to go to a gym. It's nice to be an experienced woman in the sport. Reach out, get a mentor, and apply themselves. Boxing is not just for fighting. It builds confidence. It helps you learn to defend yourself as a woman. But I would say just go to a gym and just outdo the boys.
That's
integrity. Excuse me.
I think we're gonna pause to see some of your fighting, see how you handle the ring. So we're gonna pause and show that video real quick.
Okay.
She makes her professional debut from Baltimore, Maryland. Please welcome Franchon Crews, two-time U.S. Olympic gold medal winner. Tonight, making her professional debut from Flint, Michigan, introducing
Wow.
Okay, well,
Well, that,
Heavy
that,
hitter.
that was my first. I don't think that's the best representation. That was my first professional fight against a 2-time Olympic gold medalist on a 2-week notice. So I was kind of
Wow.
advantage, but it was one of the most exciting fights, and we've both gone on to do a lot of great things and make history. And we'll fight in the future, so that's amazing.
That's amazing. I've gone to a male boxing, but I would love to be able to come and see you box. So how would we find out about your upcoming events and where would they be? Do you
What
have a
part of
website? I'm in Texas.
I know what part.
I'm in Dallas.
Well, I know it's a show down there August 6th, and my friend is actually fighting on it. But for me, my social media pages are the best way to find out. That's why I will make an announcement. And but it's plenty of boxing. Actually, September 10th, the young lady I was fighting, Clarissa Shields, is headlining in the UK. I'm making her boxing attire, but she's putting on one of the biggest fights in history as well. So it's a lot. It's a lot of great women out there doing great things, and I'm just happy I'm a part of it.
So you're gonna be here August the 6th?
No. It's other people I know that's
Oh, because I was gonna say I'm coming to meet you.
No, she said there was an event.
In Dallas. So I was just wondering if she was coming. I was gonna come to meet you.
I got.
Okay, so
Don, one of the things that really in the interview when you were speaking and the other women boxing, like that's amazing how you lifted her up just like you were being lifted yourself. So that's impressive. When I think of boxers, I'm thinking y'all should hate each other so that you can get an edge in the ring. But you gave her so much respect. You gave her props. And even just now when you talked about other women boxing, yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you. I mean, the growing as a woman,
Other up and giving.
That's the same attitude I try to carry outside the ring, because I'm confident in myself and I'm secure in myself, and putting someone else down won't lift me up, because I still got to show and prove if I'm really that girl. But I stand within my own right, and especially in women's boxing, we're stronger together. Like, yes, we fight each other, but as a sport, women's boxing as a whole, we're in the same fight. And if I don't look good and she doesn't look good, our sport doesn't look good. So any woman that's doing their part, I'm definitely gonna give them props.
I love you.
I love you.
I mean, because that's amazing. It's enough to go around where, I get a piece, you get a piece. I don't necessarily have to tie you down or demean you or whatever. Stuff. It's enough to go around. So why not lift each other up? And when we get ready to box, we will be enemies that particular time. But when it's over,
absolutely.
Hey girl, let's go have a drink.
Don't get it twisted. It's a couple of
yes
on, but all in all, I just move. I try to move intentionally and move in love. I don't really have energy to be negative. I'm happy. And I'm very assured that what's for me is for me. And if you see, I fought a steroid cheat. They tried to take my life and take my belt. Now I'm undisputed champion. So I just go with the flow.
That's amazing. Well, I'm just so excited.
Much for having me.
Yes. For coming to the show. Congratulations again. Great.
Thank you.
Success in the future. I know you got big things coming, and
yes,
you're going to go up from here. And so you're going to open doors for a lot of young women
Absolutely.
that is gonna want to box, you know.
Mhm.
And I ain't gonna lie, as a mama, my daughter come to my mama want to box, I might be like, oh God, please let me talk to her first. Jesus, please talk to her first. You know, because your mind, you know, when I was watching the videos, the hits, the punch, your mind goes, you know, you see men do it, and you see,
Are
you know,
those football jerseys in the back?
yes, older son played in the NFL.
Well, football is more dangerous than boxing. Soccer is more dangerous than boxing. I would encourage y'all to like research and see that it's combative, but boxing is not the most dangerous sports. The other sports you know you may watch, baseball is more dangerous. So and even if they didn't compete, just to know that you can defend yourself, you have confidence, you have that competitive mindset that will not just take you in boxing, it takes you in life, because they try to make women as we can't fight for what we want, we can't be dominant in male dominated arenas. Like I walk into any room, male or female, and I'm gonna stand tall, like, you know, and that's just that sports swag. That's just kind of being a jock. But I understand it's not just brutal, but it's a lifestyle and it's a mindset. Like,
well, I mean, it's. I mean, I guess when you think about when your daughter comes to you, right? But I actually was a second degree black belt, so I didn't do a lot of fighting. I just got into it because I just enjoyed the training and the how to musa on things and just let things go. But I mean, I've done a couple of tournaments, you know. But in karate, you got the helmet on, you know, you're really geared up, so it's not like you're really getting, you're kind of very protective. But I didn't go further.
Amateur boxing, we wear headgear. Professional, which I do now, I don't wear headgear. And I'll be honest with you, I'm in the best. Like I've been boxing for almost 15 years, and I'm like in the best shape. I have people that's younger than me who can't run 5 miles, who can't lift a weight. They're becoming deconditioned at 23. I'm still active. I'm doing what I have to do. And I feel like even if you don't compete, just as a lifestyle change is very beneficial.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And I think that's kind of like why we have this show, is to bring on those people that can educate us on that. I mean, so a parent can make an informed decision. So you just made us aware that there are other sports out there that's worse, as bad as not, that's, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. But you just made us aware of that.
Yes, ma'am.
And you're telling us with that, you know, with your journey. And I'm glad about that. I appreciate that.
Thank y'all for listening.
Well, thank you for joining us, and we're excited to see what happens in the future.
Yes, I'm gonna be following and commenting on you. And if you ever come to
so
Dallas,
Franchon.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna be.
Are the Olympics?
Huh?
Are the Olympics in your future?
Well, I actually made history as
one of the Olympics in your future?
Well, it's kind of backwards. I'm actually one of the first women to ever compete in Olympic trials. I'm actually a pioneer that helped women's boxing get into the Olympics, and it was inducted 2009, and the first Olympics ever contested was 2012. So as a professional, I won't go back, but I'm just going to continue doing my work and make it possible and easier for women coming up. I'm actually on the board of directors for USA Boxing. So I serve as a liaison to future Olympians to, you know, guide them and help them on their way.
Okay, so Olympics is like when you're first starting, but once you become a professional, that's like the back.
Not quite.
Okay. Well, all right.
So I have to get out of here. I'm so grateful for you guys having me. You ladies are amazing. You have such great energy. and I will keep you posted when I fight and other endeavors I have.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you so much. Do just tell us your website so we can make sure we put that on there, especially with you designing clothes. Just go ahead and tell us your
Yes.
website.
Yes, ma'am. My website is being reconstructed, but my social media handles are on Twitter. Yes, on Twitter and Instagram at the HH Diva. I have a new page on Facebook, Franchon Crews-Dezurn, and I'm on TikTok and all the other stuff. So, yeah, you can find me.
All right.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. We appreciate it so much. Oh my God.
That's a bad girl.
Franchon.
She
That's
sure
right.
is.
Wow.
But her head is so
Is
on.
very intelligent.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Her head is on straight. Very wise. Very wise. Very
Yeah,
Very
she's gonna
high
go
level.
far.
High level thinking. You know, when you can rise above all of that and say, look, we're looking out for each other without having the crab mentality pulling each other down, like, so amazing. She just really blessed me. I was really encouraged by her.
Okay.
Well, ladies, I am ready for the hot topic of the evening. So let's go ahead and get ready to watch this video.
Have you heard the name Leah Thomas?
Leah Thomas, a transgender athlete. Her presence has been a big source of controversy. We've seen split support.
What has it been like to be Leah Thomas?
It's been a very, very interesting experience at times. There's been a lot of noise, but it's been incredibly rewarding and meaningful to be able to be authentic and to be myself and be out and proud as a trans woman.
Leah Thomas pulling away over the final 150 meters. Thomas wins the NCAA championship.
How does it make you feel when you think about the fact that you're the first transgender person to ever win an NCAA Division I championship?
I'm very humbled and honored to hold that title, and I can only hope that I'm able to give other trans people the inspiration and motivation I was given.
What do you think is the biggest misconception people have about you specifically?
The biggest misconception, I think, is the reason why I transitioned, where people will say, oh, she just transitioned, so she would have an advantage, so she could win. I transitioned to be happy, to be true to myself. It was a very difficult time. I was just stuck in this depression, and I struggled with suicidal thoughts. Being trans is not a choice. I didn't have any other choice because not transitioning was not leading me anywhere.
What are some of the changes that you experienced?
I started hormone replacement therapy in May of 2019. One of the biggest was loss of muscle mass. I had a lot of fat redistribution, changed sort of how my body.
Wow. This is one of the most controversial topics that that parents, sports is dealing with. I think we probably should come out with a new type of sports, and that will be sports for transgenders. Since there's so many of them, and so why not just create a new league just for them? And that way you won't have to, you have, men, women, and them, and you won't have to deal with this. They can be in their own lane. They can compete against each other. That's my thinking.
I'm gonna say this is a very touchy topic, a touchy subject, and it's one that I've just learned to go. You know what? I don't know. I really don't say much about it because it's interesting. Like you can't. It's like, we want to tell people you have freedom of speech to say. It's like you can't express what you need to say, how you feel about it, without being censored, blocked, or all of a sudden they want to sue you. You can't call us, an apple and apple. You can't call it what it is. And then next thing you know, the folks is coming at you and they're badgering you. So I don't say nothing. How I feel is my opinion, and I just keep it to myself. It is tough. Is it fair? It's kind of hard because if you have a vice versa, whether it's a female or male, right? So in this situation, we're dealing with a female transgender. So it's kind of like, if you look at it like your daughter has trained very hard, and then this happens, because in the end, the strength are not the same. No matter which way you look at it, it's not the same. It's two different dominating strengths, right? So it's you just go, I don't know. It's just touchy. For me, I just leave it alone. I don't say nothing. That's what I do. I just go, okay.
What about you, Carmen?
I don't really have much to say about it. I'm kind of like Shannon, like I have my personal thoughts, but I don't want to put my opinions on anybody else. So how I feel about it, I just to myself, like she said, I do. And I'm torn because I feel like men and women, there are some things women do better than men, and there are some things that men do better than women. And as far as a strength and a conditioning wise, men do have an upper hand. They're stronger, period. So I don't know how.
It's tough. It's like let's look at the boxing. Let's look at a man who transgender to a female, and he wants to fight. Well, because now that he's a woman, feels that they should be able to fight in the arena with women. Like, no, you'll kill her. Your strength is totally different. And so is that fair? You see what I'm saying? That's why there's so many different angles to this conversation. Like I that's not fair. I'm not saying, hey, this is your life, if this is what you want to do, okay, that's fine. But to put you in a boxing ring with another woman, even though you are you're a woman, it's still,
you're female, you're a she, right?
It's still not fair. The strength, the everything, the dominance, it's totally different. And would you go ahead?
I really don't know, Shannon.
I want to bring in this point.
I really don't.
Go ahead, Carmen.
Karen. Go ahead.
Okay,
my thought was, I think I'm delayed. So when I stop, and you start. Okay, but this is my thought. My thought process is, I don't really understand what happens when a male transitions to a woman, or the woman transitions to a male. I don't really understand. Like, I know that there's medicines and stuff, like, I don't know how it affects, like, does it make, if you're a male and you're transitioning to a female, does it make you weaker? You know, all of the things that you have to take, and like, I don't really know enough about all of that I could really speak intelligently, and I don't know. I don't know.
That's a very good point. It sounds like we need to bring a doctor on and kind of tell us that, talk to us about it. But I want to take it to the point of view of us as a parent. We're parents, we're moms. And so we do whatever it takes for our kids. So if we were dealing with our kids that was coming to us and telling us, hey, I think I want to be this. And then here's the other part of that. I knew somebody who had a foster kid girl, and she had both parts. And so I'm just like, wow, if you were a parent and you had a child that had both parts, then it's almost like you get to tell which part they're going to be. And so it's a really deep conversation, but I just want to take, as far as us as parents, how will we deal with it when our kids are coming to, or if it's something that we're dealing with in our own house?
Well, as a parent, this is the thing that you do. You respect it. I don't care whether you male, female, dog, cat, or anything. Respect is respect. Okay, that's one thing you will do. You will respect each other, period. So that's one thing you have to tell your kids. Don't be disrespectful. You know what I mean? So if it's in a situation where having a daughter, let's say my daughter was a swimmer, it's like you just go out and compete. You still respect. That's it. There's nothing you can do about it. You don't make comments. You don't judge. You just show love. In the end, that's all we are compelled to do is love. Yeah. Because that's what the word says. It didn't say you have to fix them. It didn't say you have to judge. It didn't say it says love. And just all you can do is love, and let God love go from there. You don't never know the love of God can change. And sometimes the thing that I've realized is you just never know what a person went through in their childhood. You don't know. You don't know the trauma, the drama. You don't know their upbringing. Some people go through phases because they've been molested, they've been raped, they've been abused, they've been, you don't know. So you can't make a judgment call. All you can do is just love. Now that's all you can do, and just tell your child, compete to your best ability. I mean, there's no use to go on a protest and yell and fight, and it's not going to change anything. It's just love and do your best, because whatever God got for you, can't nothing or nobody take it from you. So as a parent, that's what I would say. Now, my only issue is but this is the issue that I did have, is when you had a female, when you had a male turns into a woman and then goes in the women's bathroom. That's where I struggled, because you started to have men who would just dress up just because. So if I got my 10-year-old in there, or my 6-year-old, well, okay, my 6-year-old will go by herself. But let's say my 10-year-old, and I'm standing outside the door, and I'm thinking but that was my only problem that I had, because I felt like, no, let's have a different bathroom, because you have people who are, let's be honest, they'll do it just because, and just because they can do it and go in the bathroom. That's where I have my problem. Other than that, I'm just like, I love you regardless. That's all I'm compelled to do is love you.
But now we have family bathrooms. But let me tell you something. I would never why a male would just want to go into a women's bathroom. We have line at any kind of event, and there ain't line in the men's bathroom.
Yeah. Vice versa. You don't want no. You have females dressed up like dudes to go into men. You just going in there, some of them just going in there and want to look, right? Like,
it's they don't pee the same.
Right. It's tough. But like, again,
really,
the bottom line is you have to stand on what the God say. You just gotta love. That's it. Like that's it. I'm compelled to love you. Don't mean I have to hang out with you. Don't mean I have to cook dinner for you. Don't mean we gotta be homies. I am just compelled to love you. And that's all I can say.
I just feel sorry for these, these new age, I don't know if it's new age parents, but they're dealing with a lot of things that we didn't grow up around and deal with. So my heart just goes out to them if they're having to deal with this. And so I think our theme with the show is just the awareness, the information, just providing information. If a parent is struggling with that, there might be a parent out there that's struggling with it, don't know how to deal with it. And so, if we can bring on a professional that can just kind of help educate the parent in their kid's journey, then that I kind of feel like that's all we're supposed to do. And then the rest is love. Because love hides the multitude of sin. We're just supposed to love people and let all the other stuff. God deals with all the other stuff.
I mean, it's social media's fault. Like, come on, I mean, when we were growing up, we didn't have phones. We had to go to bed at a certain time. Come on, we all laugh about it. By 12 o'clock, the TV going, no, you see the planes fly across. That means the TV's off at 12, right?
Right.
And when it was in the store, the Playboy magazines, they were covered up, right? So you couldn't get them. You had to be a certain age to get them. And it was also we didn't have access to what they have access to. I mean, with the stroke of the finger, I mean, stuff you see on TikTok, and you didn't see half naked girls in G-strings, and you didn't see guys, and you didn't see all that stuff. You didn't have access to it, and if you did have a magazine, when boys did, they snuck it because they got it from their daddy stash,
Yeah.
But we wasn't exposed to what this generation is exposed to. And it's difficult. And what happens is us as parents want to take them back to where we were, and you can't. You either have to figure out, how do I adjust?
Right.
I still teach them the values that I was taught, but yet meet them where they are, because their pressure is 50 times worse than ours. Because we wasn't exposed. You had to be in the house by the time the lights went out. You was outside playing and, cooking. You remember how you used to pick up the grass and make pot like you cooking, and you get the little flour and you be out there. I mean, look at the stuff we did when we were young, right? Compared to now. So as parents, you have to figure out, how do I still keep my values of what I was taught when I was young, but how do I meet my child where they are today?
Yes.
And that for some parents is tough. Yes, you teach them morals. Yes, to sit down at the table, have dinner, whatever. But still, it's just a total different world.
Well, listen, we probably could talk about this all night. And I'm sure it's not going to be the first show that we kind of touch on this, because I know there are parents out there that are dealing with this. But I am ready for a Big Mama, and I want to see what Big Mama got to say tonight. So come on, Big Mama.
What you want? What you need? Get out of order with this rolling. You ask mine. Every little thing you want, every little thing you need. Keep it on yourself, my love, 'cause it really don't matter to me. Hey baby, my name is Calderoni Baker. Some people call me Big Mama, but as you can see, I ain't Big Mama, all right? I ain't 90 years old, I ain't about to clock out. My favorite football team is the team that won last Sunday, baby. That's how I roll, amen? Because we do things decent and in. Hey babies, welcome to another Fireside Chat with Mama Roni. And I got a question that came into my mailbag today that I wanted to share with y'all. Somebody asked me, if a parent misbehaves at their child's sporting event, as in they fought another parent, they incited violence at their child's sporting event, should that parent be penalized? And here's what I have to say about that, baby. Absolutely yes. If a parent, and this actually happened, I read about this, is if a parent didn't like the way an official was calling a game, ran onto the
killed and assaulted an official because he did not like the way the official was calling the game. That's a true story. And there's probably many, many examples like that. That parent should be penalized, should be put on probation, and not able to attend any of his kids or any kids' sporting events for a period of time. Now, Mama Roney been in sports for over 40 years, baby. And I can tell you right now, until these parents start to understand and feel the heat and some accountability for their actions, it will not get better. It ain't gonna get better. Now, I've been into some games with my own kids and grandkids, and I've seen things, referees cheating. I've seen that, but these ain't been situations I'm talking about right now. Nobody was cheating. It was just bad officiating. And even if they was cheating, going out there and trying to whoop somebody's butt ain't the solution. You're putting yourself in danger. You're putting your kid in danger. You're putting the rest of the fans and the kids, other folks' kids and parents in danger. And some parents just need to think. If you that mad, if you that hot behind a baseball game, a football game, a basketball game, a golf tournament, whatever the case may be, you need to excuse yourself. Because I'm going to tell y'all right now, there's some laws that's about to be made. Not just some penalties, but some laws that's about to forbid parents who have misbehaved at sporting events. You're about to not to be able to come in at all, baby. So thank you for sending in that question, and I will talk to y'all in the next Fireside Chat with Mama Roney. Y'all be good.
Oh my God. Big Mama, she be showing out. Oh my God. Big Mama. I love my Big Mama.
Right. When is there a time
we love you, Big Mama?
When's the time she'll never show out? Big Mama always showing out.
Yes.
That's why.
Yes. All right, you guys. So it has been a great show.
Yes.
I just really enjoyed the conversations that we had. I enjoyed having the professional boxer on the show. First time ever on Can We Talk Sports. I'm telling you, God is just allowing some great, awesome guests to come on this show. And I'm just so grateful. So I am loving it. Hey, you guys, if you would like to be on the show, if you have a unique story, or if you have a business and you would like to advertise on our show, if you would like to get your product out there, just go ahead and email us at canwetalksports@gmail.com. You can be a sponsor. We have some great sponsorship packages, and we're gonna really, really promote your project. So come on and be a part of this great show. I said project, I mean product. You're gonna get the bloopers and all.
Just blame the hot flashes, girl. Just when you do stuff, just say, "Oh, it was the hot flash, y'all."
Right.
It was the hot flash. I do that all the time. So,
Right.
Yeah. But it was a good show.
It was a great show, you guys. All right.
I enjoyed it.
Me too. All right, fans, we will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like and share this video and tell somebody what's going on over here with Can We Talk Sports, because we got something to say.
Have a good night, everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
The guys worked there. They had an amateur wrestling team that they brought me a part of, and I would go hang with them like different weekends and race weekends, and I kind of just fell in love with it, and it's like I want to be a racing driver. I had to get my racing license. At that time, I didn't know where to get and how to get it, so I just started in the pit crew and just helped them, like if we had to change a tire, change tire. So we have like these cool shirts that you wear, and it has ice and water in a cool chest and it circulates through like these lines, and it circulates around your body. So I'll make sure that they're cool chest, with water, and just stuff like that. That's for changing drivers. But you start off doing small stuff, so like learning how to go around the corner, learning different braking zones. If the car is oversteering, understeering, they'll like show you different things like day in and day out. And then the third day, you actually get to race your classmates on track. It's times where people do get injured because you know you have internal injuries and stuff, but
you know
it more than often you'll walk away from the crash. So.
We don't talk about crash though. We ain't trying to crash.
Yeah, none of that.
We trying to go 7-Eleven and stay open all the time.